Howdy listeners, and welcome to Hello Shite, the bad culture podcast, in which we'll be trying to polish culture's biggest turds. Or, if we can't do that, at least spray them liberally with Febreze mist and present them in a slightly jaunty hat. My name is E.O. Higgins, and I'm joined, as always, by the Maths Club Reject and Original Beef. It's Mr. Marc Green!
It's alright, it's alright.
It's really alright.
Yeah, thank you. News.
Excellent. Nice. Are you going to do that every week?
I could do.
Yeah, it's quite good.
We see how it goes down with the listener.
Yeah. Well, we can ask the delectable Charlie Rivers. She is Hello Shite superfan.
She is
this
super
month,
fan. Yeah,
and probably every month.
Yeah. She used to get really upset with us quite a lot about when she doesn't get away.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Anyway, she has suggested this month Saturn III, the film with Kirk Douglas and a very young Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, so I do remember that film as a kid.
Yeah.
And there's quite a lot of female nudity in it from memory.
Really?
Well, he's an old man with a young lady.
Yeah.
Because then the other guy, the Harvey Keitel guy, turns up.
He turns up in leather.
That's
We've got
right,
in. We've gone in.
And he comes in with a robot, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
I watched the first 25 minutes of it the other day.
Yeah, you've seen the best of it.
Did I?
Yeah.
He tried to eat a dog at one point.
I think so, yeah.
Then have sex with Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Oh, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. She runs around not wearing much.
No, he goes, "You have a nice body. Perhaps I could use it." Which is one of my old lines. Back in the 90s when that
I think that was your dream, wasn't it? To trap a woman on a distant planet that couldn't escape from you.
With my many evil robots.
Yeah.
Chowing down on dog every night.
Exactly.
I've chowed down on a few dogs.
They're staying in.
Sorry. Okay, we have
to say sorry to.
My wife might listen. Anyway, now that I've embarrassed myself and feel slightly cowardly, we can cut that bit.
Yeah.
Mike Goodry, who is a lawyer from Houston in the good old US of A.
US of A.
That's right, and he wrote to us to explain that he listened to the first episode of Hello Shite and understood none of it.
But he still kept listening.
Yeah, he said he's going to carry on.
Thank you, Mike.
To the bitter end.
Yeah, sorry, this isn't going to get much better with E17 either, really,
You've
week.
seen the level. That's what you're dealing with now. Paul Holbrook has been in touch. He says we should do Star Crash.
Yes.
A 1978 film which he describes as beautifully shot and horrifically shite.
Is it a cheap rip-off of Star Wars?
1978 could be.
Yeah,
it's almost certainly. It's got sort of
Star Crash, Star Wars.
Blokes with kind of Hoff haircuts.
Nice.
So that's quite.
Was he carrying a lightsaber in the picture you showed me?
He might have been.
Yeah. So but no connection to Lucasfilm in any way.
What, the film that came out a year before?
No,
nothing like that.
I wasn't even aware of it.
No.
Oh really?
No. And then Andrew Kerr has written to us via the Facebooks.
Yep.
He would like us to cover Queen Kong from 1976.
Oh, now I like the sound of that.
Yeah, you like that?
Not even heard of that.
Robin Asquith, who you'll remember from the Confessions films.
No.
No? Bottle Boys, do you ever watch that in the 80s?
What before, sorry?
Bottle Boys?
No.
It's basically, he was a poor man's Jim Davidson.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He used to do sort of sex rompy things in the 70s and wearing beige pants.
Like the window.
Oh no! I'll burn my arse on a radiator! That sort of thing.
That sounds
Jill
good.
Gascoigne would get her breast out.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's my youth summed up there. Rula Lenska and Valerie Leon is also in it. So Valerie Leon used to be the face of high karate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sexy lady.
That sounds like a go at that one.
No, that one sounds alright, doesn't it? And I put out a poll on...
you put out your poll?
That's right, nice. On the Twitters.
Yes.
Just to, gauge if anyone was listening. And apparently, yes, they are. And I asked, what do you most love about the Hello Shite podcast?
Yes.
8% said their infrequency.
Yes.
Which is nice. 12%, again, quite a low figure.
Yeah.
The production values.
Yes, thanks. Not taking that personally.
Marc's erotic gunplay. That got 32%. Nice. But obviously, 48%, the runaway winner, unless you're in a referendum, 48% said the sexual chemistry. So I think we need to upplay that this week. which you are already doing by playing footsie with me under the table, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. There's things.
There's a little cat.
You know, I'm not. This isn't Channel 5 fame at any cost.
Talking of fame at any cost, nice segue there. Would you like to tell the audience members what today's podcast is all about?
So this week, it is E17 the reunion.
Yes, it is.
It's all right. It's all right. It really is all right.
Oh, shite.
Shite. Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the name of the episode, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. And we do have to dedicate this show to Kevin Vincent from Norwich, who is our 2000th Twitter follower.
Fantastic. And does he win anything, Ed?
He wins the glory of being our 2000th Twitter follower.
You're not going to chuck in a signed picture of you?
Yeah, sure.
In your Hasselhoff outfit, in leathers.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got a few of those kicking around.
So, Ed, welcome back.
Yeah.
We've done the post section now.
We have done. Stop calling it the post section.
Oh, all right, then the
pre-section.
The pre-section.
Yeah, nice.
That sounds like an operation you have.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I'm just going in for my pre-section.
I can't sit down for a week. So we had to watch what this week?
We watched the E17 reunion documentary that was made in 2006.
2006?
2006, right back in 2006.
So it was all of 11 years ago.
Yeah. So it says at the beginning, in the mid-1990s, E17 were one of the biggest bands in Britain. But after 20 hits and 40 million records sold, they imploded in one of the most acrimonious sagas in pop history.
It was massive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was massive.
As acrimonious sagas go.
Yeah,
that was a big one, wasn't it?
They really did implode. They really did. So where are the lads now? I mean, that's what obviously everyone wants to know. So is Tony
I imagine they're all probably living on, in
yachts.
Yeah.
Monaco.
Yeah, just burning money, are they?
So where are they living, Ed?
Well, most of them are back in E17. Really. They kept it real, Marc. Now they're just living in massive houses, aren't they? I imagine.
Actually, I think we should introduce who E17 actually are.
Yeah, do you think?
Yes.
Well, there's a little one. He's called Brian
Harvey.
He occasionally runs himself down.
Yes.
My mother says you shouldn't run yourself down, but she never said that to Brian Harvey.
On potato juice.
Yeah, he's eaten a lot of potatoes.
Yeah. They affect me in a similar way. Yeah. Jack your potato, mate. I'm violent.
We've had 3.
3? I've never had 3.
12 pills, 3 potatoes.
Yes.
So anyway, documentary mentions that the main thing that's standing between E17 comeback and what is that?
I don't know.
Well,
talent.
It's not the formidable lack of talent or charisma. They've never let that get in the way.
No.
The prime movers and shakers in the band, Tony and Brian, haven't spoken in over 10 years since E17 broke up over drugs and money.
Yeah.
So Brian is now living in his grand's house.
Yeah, well, you don't know if she's still there or not.
No.
You never see her.
You might just be living upstairs in a room.
Although I would say the house is very tidy, so I'm presuming his nan's still around. Brian Harvey doesn't seem the type of man to waste his time with housework.
No, he doesn't. He does wash his hair in the sink in the kitchen.
Maybe he's not realising...
Maybe he's not allowed upstairs.
Well, maybe he doesn't realise upstairs exists. People just go up there and then they come back.
So then Brian says his reason for trying to put the band back together, do you know what that was?
Cash.
Pretty much. He says, I've had enough of plumbing. I bet he's already committed plumber.
I'm guessing Brian Harvey Plumbing Services isn't renowned for its workmanship. I'm just guessing. I mean, I could be wrong.
His heart and soul wasn't in there, was it?
No.
Not like music, and we saw how desperately you chased that.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Plumbing just didn't have the highs that the music world had, yeah.
He was turning up 7 or 8 hours late for those meetings.
Oh, Christ, you imagine booking in for a job. Christ, can you come around Monday?
I booked you 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just
Brian Harvey, you know.
Yeah, Brian Harvey, yeah.
John's gone back to roofing.
Roofing, yeah.
Yep.
To be fair, John's all right, actually. I think he's a nice guy out of them. He's got a sensible job.
He has. He's got a trade.
He didn't kind of like... He seemed to be happy being famous, then he'd be happy being a roofer.
His wife is from near where I grew up.
Oh, okay.
He used to hang out outside my school, weirdly,
really?
John. Yeah. I did think he was a bit tasty. I mean, hard looking.
Yeah, and there goes our erotic content through the roof again. Brilliant.
Right,
And we're talking about boy bands as well. Oh dear.
And then there's poor luckless Tegs. Terry,
Yeah.
who is referred to in, I think, what's slightly generous, as an occasional club DJ.
Yes.
I think that just means he's unemployed, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that means that he's spending some of his time in a club somewhere.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's
He's living with his mother-in-law, right?
living with his girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
Living at his girlfriend's house. His
Yeah.
girlfriend's got a house.
Yeah.
He ain't got that.
He's the one that's quite upset, really, and he's like, when he's 17 finished, I had nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't put nothing aside. I didn't think
No.
for the future. I thought
No.
this would last forever.
Yeah.
And now I'm living in a house with my girlfriend.
He's
in
20 grand in debt, he says.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and no life skills apparently. He can't plumb, he can't roof.
No.
Turns out
he hasn't got a trade to fall back on, that's the issue.
Turns out
But he does manage to somehow pay for tattoos, which are quite expensive. aren't
Yeah, that's true. One thing I would say about the guy,
they? Yeah.
didn't pass out like last week's episode.
That is true.
So E17 are harder than the Hell's Angels.
Well, I think we knew that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was surprised that the Mad John Cork is not on the phone to E17 trying to get him involved. Oh, and then we meet Tony.
Now, what's happening with Tony? Because
I
don't think they laid it on heavily enough in the.
Could you possibly replay what Mark Strong says?
Yes, he says Tony, however, has made a massive multi-million pound fortune and lives in a massive mock Tudor mansion
And it is
a few
massive.
miles away.
Yeah, and it is massive.
Two massives in there.
Yeah, absolutely. But the one thing I would say about Tony is he does seem apart from his spiritual guidance and his karate,
Yeah.
he probably wants to be a Steven Seagal really underneath.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
And he can only be a pop star.
Yeah.
He does seem like a sad, lonely man. Actually, he seems to have a lot of issues.
I like the fact that he's the reason he's decided to put the band back together is because he's spiritualist. He's part of the spiritualist church,
Yes.
and it was his medium who thought this was a good idea.
Yeah.
Wonder why that medium thought that.
Well, could it
Ching.
be? Yeah. So could it be one he gets prediction right for once?
Right.
And
So, do you think I'll be on stage again? Oh, okay. I'll just bring the band back together.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
Is his medium named B Harvey at all?
One of those online ones.
Yeah. He has to do something in between.
Medium's amazing. Spelling's awful, obviously.
Keeps using words like it's all right, mate, isn't it? Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, so then so the lads all meet up. Oh no, there's a brilliant bit actually where Terry discusses what he's been doing.
Yes.
Terry seems to have quite a lot of time on his hands.
Yes,
and Terry
yes.
is wandering around, joining various E17 internet forums.
Yes.
And trying to discover what's happening through that. That's the best way he can think.
The only way you can contact Tony is to talk to some girl in Australia that set up a fan website that Tony Mortimer signed up for. Then he asked her to speak to Tony on his behalf.
Gave him his mobile number.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Unbelievable, really.
Apparently that works.
Well, yeah, apparently so. Yeah.
So between a spiritualist and an Australian
Website builder.
Yeah, there we go.
Fat
Sorted.
superfan.
That's all taken back.
And then E17 are reunited after, I think it was after 4 weeks of conversations.
4 weeks.
4 weeks of intense negotiations.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Terry? Yeah, I'm free. What are you doing, Tony? Oh, I'm free. What are you doing, Brian? I'm free. Yeah.
I think these maybe the 4 freest men in the world. It's
Yeah,
not like
I think so,
their
yeah.
social calendars are not, social diaries are not busy.
I mean, what's Tony going to do? He's not around the house by himself all day.
I've got some plumbing to do that day.
Yeah.
I could throw that in, I suppose. So then, just at the end, they go to a recording studio.
That's right. Yeah.
Bry's having a cheeky Rothman.
Yeah.
And he's saying listlessly to the camera, "We're coming for you. Take that."
Yeah.
Take that, shitting themselves.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I can see Robbie sort of sitting there and going, "Oh shit." They're
Short,
gonna be
short,
massive.
slightly scarred
Yeah.
man smoking a tab.
Interestingly enough, I mean, this comes up later. But the one that was late was Tony this time. They all three were there. Actually, only 2 were there. I don't remember seeing Bruce Forsyth there.
No, where was Tegs?
I don't know really, but the other 2 were there, and then he turned up a bit late.
That's right.
And then he said, well, can we play this song? We play the
Well, I think Brian's there because he's desperate to get his R&B hits.
That's right, yeah.
So he's there with the band.
Yeah.
And to shore things up, because it might be a bit awkward. I think he's brought his own people in.
But as Mr. Strong confirms, as soon as they start getting in the same room together, it's magic.
It's like magic, isn't it?
It's magic again.
All gels immediately.
Yeah,
perfect.
And as Brian says as well, there's no issue if it's all four of them.
Yeah.
Even though there's three of them. At this stage,
and that doesn't seem to be borne out later. But
no, that's fine. He's got hope.
At this point, that's all good.
Brian's blissfully unaware of his ego and his lack of talent.
Then just at the end, there's a quick interview with former E17 manager Tom Watkins.
He wasn't very complimentary about Brian.
No, he was not.
No, he was like they couldn't even go in the same car together to the interviews and stuff.
No,
and he described Brian as a bit of a wanker.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised by that, but at the same time,
I don't think anyone is. He's an unusual-looking fella, Tom Watkins. He's got a bit of a sex offender look about him.
I'd agree with that.
He seems to consist largely of chin.
Yeah. Legally speaking, I don't know if we can say that on the...
I said he looks like one, doesn't he?
Yeah, okay, right. Fair
and then he just laments how the lads have aged badly, just at the end there. And they no longer have those sexy bodies.
No.
They used to have. At what point did they have those sexy bodies?
I'm never sure, really, if I'm honest with you.
Who's the looker in the band?
That's a very good question, actually.
I think it's Brian, isn't it?
Well, it has to be, really, with his tramline eyebrow.
They did ask for more sexy stuff, so we're giving it to them.
Yeah.
Let's give the audience what they want, Mark. Lay it on.
They'll be fizzing with their headphones on.
Two middle-aged men discussing which one's the most attractive member of E17. So we're back from an ad break now.
Yes.
And it's all going well now, isn't it? They're all hanging around.
It's like the good old days.
Company guys.
Yeah.
They're out. Where would they go, Mark?
Big rock stars from back in the day.
Yeah.
Maybe Savoy.
No.
The
Cockney stars, aren't they?
Oh, okay. Maybe a Bernie Inn.
That's pushing it, mate. Come on.
I'll tell you what they probably really fancy.
Yeah.
Pie and mash.
Pie and mash.
Yes.
That's where they've gone.
Yes.
So there they are.
Keep it real.
Covering their pastry in liquor.
Yeah. What is the liquor made of? I thought it was like a gravy, but it's like eel sauce or something.
No,
isn't
something
it?
disgusting.
It sounds disgusting.
I don't know. It's green with bits in.
We're not common enough to warrant eating that stuff.
I've eaten that.
Have you?
It tasted alright. I was quite drunk. By the way, did you see what the proper Cockney geezers have with their pie and mash?
Yeah. So the best way to compliment this, any chef knows, pie and mash.
Yeah.
A lot of the lads go for a can of Fanta, Tango.
I've always assumed, as you might be a pint of Truman's Ale, Cockney, or maybe a cup of Rosie Lee.
Yeah, oh, nice.
A cup of possibly something like that.
Yeah.
But if you're two of the lads, it's Orange Tango.
Yeah.
And if you're Brian, it's one of those plastic cartons of Panda Pop.
What colour did he have? Did he have blue?
He had orange. Is he not allowed a can?
Do you think he could get the straw through the top by himself?
John, sort it out.
It's twisting my melon, man. I can't deal with it.
Anyway, so whilst they're in the pie shop, stuffing their chops with pie, the narration suddenly veers off, and it cuts into a tangent to various people, including Tom Watkins again, and Tony, who's there, and they're discussing Brian. What do you think they'll be saying about Brian?
Brian's easy to work with. He's got no mental issues at all. He's disciplined. He turns up on time.
He's got a real can-do attitude.
Yeah, he writes really good R&B songs. No, they were quite cutting about him. He sounded like the YTS boy, basically.
He's described variously as a nightmare.
Yep.
And a fucking nightmare. And they're designated totally unreliable.
Yes. I think it comes across as
very unreliable. Okay, that doesn't come across on the rest of this film. And then we get to hear the famous, or possibly infamous, 1997 radio interview Brian did.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So this
is you remember this?
Yeah, so this is the... I think I remember this back in the day.
So do I.
So Brian Harvey was discussing...
We're quite elderly, remember that? Yeah.
Well, you're 40, as we've just established. Sorry.
I'm not 40 yet.
Yeah, okay, sorry. You're 39 and...
You're older than me, what are you talking about?
But I look younger.
No.
I've had a less fraught life.
That is true.
So anyway, yeah,
I've dragged myself up, mate.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually sitting wearing a dress. So, I thought it might help the sexual chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dulled it a little bit, if I'm honest.
I'm not sure mauve was my colour, to be honest.
So this is probably E70's most infamous moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Brian Harvey on the interview.
This is what ruined the band the first time round.
I think so, yeah. It was the drugs, basically. So Brian obviously candidly mentions the fact that he took 12 ecstasy pills in one evening.
Yeah.
And it made him more of a knob by the sound of it, if I'm completely honest with you.
He said it was safe. What do you feel about that, though? 12 pills, Mark? What's your average? Is that normal for you?
I'd say that's probably a bit high for me. Brian Harvey, in particular, promoted the fact that taking 12 ecstasy pills, apparently there's no problem to that.
No. Yeah,
I think the main problem was that he said it was all right.
Well,
it was
in
really,
fairness,
it was really all right.
Very much in his lexicon, isn't it? All
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, and then he went into... Did you see the bit with John Major, then Prime Minister John Major?
Yeah, so he got mentioned in the Houses of Parliament.
He said, this is wholly wrong. There you go, wholly wrong.
I'll be honest with you, the Terry's impression of that is much better. It really is a lot better.
Yeah. He's had years of experience.
He has, hasn't he? Yeah,
He's been pulling that shit out every fucking party he's gone to. Christ. Yeah, so he got home, then when he woke up the next day, because apparently he goes to bed at 5, does he?
Yeah.
My 2-year-old son goes to bed later than him, lazy little shit.
But he got up at 5 the next day, so he gets a good 12 hours. Fair enough. And then obviously by this stage there's a media shitstorm.
Yeah. So following Brian's comments, the rest of the band put together a contract to fire him. That's quite official.
Yeah.
There's a nice bit where Terry is discussing this, saying the truth of the matter is that me and John, because we was in the background, we never got a say in anything, and that's the truth. I believe you. This isn't surprising anyone, Terry.
They weren't the creative force behind E17 when we think about it, really. I mean, really, they could have just put two chimpanzees at the back there.
I don't believe that guy. He's trying to get rid of the responsibility here. I'm sure he's the brains behind this operation.
Yeah.
That's why he's got 20 grand in debt.
There's a bit on the plane. They're talking about debt and stuff like that at some stage, aren't they? And he says. So John confesses he's only got between £200 and £500 in his bank account.
Yeah.
So he asked Tony how much he's got in his bank account, and Tony immediately says 20k, mate, 20k.
No, 200k.
200k, yeah, in your face.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Well, obviously I'm not as talented as I thought I was. Then I'm just eye candy.
Fairness though, they were in a fucking massive pop band. Why would they got?
I don't think they.
Why have they got between £200 and £500? Which is a bit of a margin.
I mean, really, they probably should have got some better advice financially speaking. Because Tony, to be fair, puts his money into property.
Yeah.
And Tony was sensible.
Well, I mean, all the way through this, I'm feeling sorry for Tony because he's lumbered with these fucking morons.
Yes, it's kind of, they've made him famous, and now they're not the. Yeah. Obviously, he's not E17 without them, and vice versa. Yeah. So he's in an impossible situation, really.
No,
you can see why he lives on his own.
He's a sensible man. He's got, he's got some talents.
Yeah. One of those being karate.
Yeah. I was talking about his songwriting, obviously.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
So anyway, 10 years on, and it turns out the lads can't find a promoter that will put E17 on.
Really?
They're still that bad, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how much their reputation is tarnished. So Tony starts payrolling it himself.
He does, doesn't he? He put all the money up.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, so the gig goes quite well, I think.
It does.
There's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Tony's always off to the side, not really doing much. Like, he's a bit confused. He doesn't know where he is.
No, it's true. Just before the gig, there's a lovely moment. Did you see the bit where Terry hands his half-smoked
Two's
tab?
on that, mate. Two's on that. Two's.
He's got a Mayfair filter tip.
Nice.
Just hands it to the bloke next to him. It's like, oh, cheers, mate.
Yeah, you keep that. That'd be worth nothing on eBay. But, as I say...
Really unimpressed looking lackey.
Yeah.
Cheers, man. But, they came out and they were smashing it with House of Love.
They did.
Everybody in the House of Love!
They really did smash it. The audience were loving it. It was packed as well.
Yeah.
They sold a lot of tickets.
And, much as I hate Brian, and he's a terrible dick, he's got a little bit of stagecraft. He's got that bit down.
Yeah, absolutely, And the vocals weren't too bad.
No, he can sing. He's got a nice voice, weirdly.
Yeah.
I mean, good, but I imagine there's quite a lot more choreography and synchronisation if you go and see Take That.
But let's face it, the production values would have been a little bit better.
Well, also they do look a little bit like sort of a bunch of plumbers' mates in their 40s.
Yeah,
sort of singing along to some songs.
I think at one point you do see you sort of see Tony there with a copy of the Screwfix catalogue. Just in case he needs to quote for a job.
He's got a job the next morning. He's got to rush off for.
Yeah. You got that in a quarter by New Bend. At the end of the gig, instead of throwing the, things out to the stage like flowers or something, they're throwing out business cards, roofing, plumbing, whatever, night DJing,
Just hanging around the arena after.
Yeah.
Lads, you need any help?
Yeah.
You need any help? Cash in hand.
Yeah, cash in hand. I can do that. No worries, mate. Yeah, I'll do that.
We need to take that rigging down.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. There's a toilet blacked up, Brian. What are we going to do? I'm on it.
I'm not doing plumbing anymore.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, the crowd went crazy, did they not?
They did go crazy, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is back at Terry's lair the next morning. Yeah. Or probably his girlfriend's
HQ.
there. Yeah, Terry HQ. There he is, and he's struggling through a Guardian review in which he is described as looking disturbingly like Blakey from On the Buses.
He even tries to give a bit of an impression, doesn't he? Yeah.
That's what you look like. So a month afterwards, and the record company want to see them.
They do.
And an appointment is made.
It is.
But little Bry, is demanding that some of his songs are played at the meeting.
When you say his songs, Ed?
When I say his songs, I mean obviously the R&B songs that one of his mates had written.
Yeah. So his plumber's mate wrote him some songs at some stage. And
mate, that's the music he loves.
Yeah. That's what it's all about for him. It's the R and the B.
It's the R&B, and Tony is not massively happy about this, but he seems to be going along with it.
Yeah, fair play to Tony. I mean, he's kind of like trying to be like all right about it. We know this is shit, but I'm going to give you a go anyway because it's for the harmony of the band, isn't it? He's a spiritual guy. He's all about balance and stuff like that. So maybe he's just thought, we'll give him a go.
I'm glad you said that he's a spiritual guy and he's all about balance. We'll come back to that in a minute.
Good.
So they decide to have a pre-meeting meeting to discuss what their tactics are going to...
what?
A pre-meeting meeting.
A pre-meeting meeting.
That's right.
Right.
To discuss what their tactics are going to be when they see the record company.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm assuming this is when Tony was going to go, don't play that fucking R&B of your mates. This is about me getting my songs on an album. Anyway, Tony arrives on time.
As you would.
Yeah. What do the rest of the lads do then?
They don't turn up on time.
No.
They're an hour late.
An hour late.
I don't know why they're an hour late,
they've got very busy. Oh no, they've got nothing going on in their
really
empty lives
either,
at all. But anyway, they're an hour late because they're twats. And when they do turn up, Tony, fairly reasonably, I think, punches Brian in the face. And
there is an altercation.
Yeah.
Where he moans the fact they're late, basically.
He said, "Why are you keeping me later?" And he biffs him in the face.
He does biff him in the face, and I think rightly so.
And then you get to see really angry Brian.
He's like, I can't believe the geezer's nuts. The geezer's nuts.
The geezer don't like me.
Yeah, he never liked me.
And he's there in his tiny blue Volkswagen.
Oh yeah,
angrily driving around.
He's R32. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. So it's
how do you know the names of cars, you weirdo?
Just a bit sad. So I think Brian wrongly is angry at Tony at this stage. Obviously,
they're all angry at Tony at this stage. I'm on Tony's side.
Yeah.
I don't like this. Yeah. I mean, I know you're quite a fan of this.
Yeah.
I'm actually. This just made me. This whole documentary made me quite angry because.
They're a bunch of chances, basically.
Tony seems like a bloke trying to hold this shit together.
Yeah.
And he's up against it at every turn. And Terry now is not happy. Terry says, "How are you supposed to get things started when you got shit like that going on?" Well, maybe you should have fucking turned up. I mean, what else have you got? You useless prick.
Exactly. If you two had turned up, the two insequential guys turned up, they'd be fine. You know, if Brian turned up a bit late, you could have pacified it. He's on his way.
I'm just going to go and dance over in this corner.
Yeah.
For your pleasure. I'm dancing here, but you can't see that at home.
It's kind of
it's for the best.
An erotic robot dance.
Thanks very much.
Kind of Tales of the Unexpected meets Bender from Futurama.
Thanks, man.
Hey, you're welcome.
So, anyway, Tony heads off to the record company meeting on his own.
Isn't there a bit of dialogue with Tony when he's feeding his fish, explaining the
incident? Angrily feeding koi carp.
Exactly. Whenever he's angry, he goes to feed his koi carp at the end of his garden. I think it takes him 5 minutes to walk to that pond because it's a massive fucking garden. So anyway, they get to the meeting with the big record.
That's right, some blokes.
Which is Warner Brothers, I think.
It is Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because they own the back catalogue.
That's right.
I understand. I did pick up the odd thing.
So he thinks that's reasonable because.
Again, I think Tony turns up. He's a reasonable guy. He's left the idiots behind.
That's right.
You know,
he's wearing a beanie hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're all sitting there.
Left nothing to chance.
They're all sitting in their bean bags because it's a cool company. The main A&R
guys come in wearing denim shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know they're a bit rock and roll.
There might be a bit of double denim going on there. I'm not sure.
Well, it was 2006. We're all doing it back then.
He plays them a few tracks. Yeah, they like it.
Well, you don't actually hear any of the music.
No, you don't really.
I'm assuming it was contractual or something. I don't know. Maybe. Well, they come out of the record company meeting. Everyone's loved Tony's songs, so they're sitting outside the Café Rouge opposite, and they want to tip off the rest of the band. Yeah. Because, I mean, that is fairly reasonable. Yeah. And Rusty, his mate, not quite sure who Rusty is. Assuming Tony's agent, or you think it might be
It could be his medium. With a name like Rusty, I think he's medium, really.
He's wearing a terrible shirt.
Yeah,
Rusty's there.
I did notice he wasn't using a phone to communicate with anyone either, so that could have been a clue.
Just channeling them. Hand on his temple. Yeah. Brian. So he leaves a message on Brian's answer phone. But Brian is not interested. No. We get that. Not entirely sure what Brian's got, but that's more important going on in his life. Is it he's washing his hair, his mohawk in his grand sink? Yeah. Is that what he's got that going on?
Do you think that was just to save the used up washing up water?
Doesn't look like washing up water.
I've got to wash my hair in the sink, man. Brian, do you not realise there's an upstairs with a bathroom? Have you ever been upstairs in that house?
What?
Hey? Those stairs lead to something?
This will look sexy on camera. I imagine.
It makes me look real.
So what happens just at the end of this section?
So Tony gets a text message from the Sun. Yeah. You've checked it for English standards.
Yeah. Badly punctuated.
It's the Sun.
Yeah. How
long has the Sun had his mobile number for? Because it's just a bit random that the Sun texted him. The message goes along the lines, "All right, Bri. I heard there was an altercation. Sorry, all right, Tony. I heard there was an altercation with you and Brian. What do you want to say about that?"
The small one. He's called.
Oh, the small one. That's right.
Referred to as the small one.
I forgot about that. I love that. I heard the small one was you had to go at the small one. Brilliant.
Is it true you punched him in the face?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not going to work well. But we always this beautiful piece of crafted documentary. Leaves you on a cliffhanger, doesn't it?
It does. Yes. What was that cliffhanger, Ed?
That was it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
how did you not recognise the cliffhanger? It was a strong cliffhanger.
I'm so bad.
Tony's fretting over the fact that clearly, he's got his entire futures based on these twats.
So if we're summing up here, we're basically he's had a very good meeting with the record
and then
company.
Suddenly that's come.
And they don't know. Yeah. He's punched Brian in the face.
He didn't mention that in the meeting.
No, it didn't come up, did it?
No.
We like your music and stuff like that. Anything you want to... No. How's the band? Because they're not here.
You didn't punch that small guy in the face, did you?
No, definitely not. What about the other two hangers
then on? It all seems good on paper.
Right, so where are we now, Ed?
Well, the dream seems to be over, Mark.
No, please say no.
Yeah, no. No, I mean, yeah.
Sorry, just don't tell me it's
over. You say no, yeah. So I just followed your orders blindly.
My set of instructions.
But no, the dream does seem to be over.
I'm gutted about
John
that.
has accidentally informed the tabloid journalist.
How do you accidentally inform...
Oh, no.
Did he ring up for a quote? Literally a quote.
Probably seen his mobile number on the side of that van that you see outside his house.
Yeah.
The reunion is no longer happening because Tony's heart wasn't in it. Which, considering Tony's the one that put the money up and attended all the record company meetings, seems a little bit harsh.
It does, really. It's almost like they don't really know what reality is, if you see what I mean.
No, it is good. So without Tony, the lads have reverted to doing turns at Essex nightclubs.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty tragic.
Yeah, well, I've never been to some Essex nightclubs, but I'm guessing from that face that you have.
A couple,
Have you ever been to Colchester's?
I have been to Colchester, actually.
What are the nightclubs like?
Yeah, pretty shit.
Yeah. That's where they are. And they've got a set, which they do. So basically they're coming on and they're doing a sort of karaoke version of the songs that Tony wrote.
Yeah.
In front of some drunk people in a Colchester nightclub.
Let's not forget the preparation went into this. Literally 15 minutes of downloading onto his iPod.
That's right.
To then be taken down to the gig.
John's ironing his own trousers.
He is, yes. Methodically as well, yeah. It's, you know, it's worth a few £100, you know, they threw out there. It's all right, yeah.
Well, John says it's the same set we do when we do Butlins and stuff.
Nice.
Fucking hell.
Oh, don't forget though, there's the bit where they turn up.
You could have been pop stars again.
You could have been, yeah.
Dicks.
All you had to do was shut up and actually toe the line, if you see what I mean, and you'd be earning a lot more money than you do now. And won't actually turn up for the fucking
they would have
meetings.
lost face if they'd turned up for a couple of meetings.
Exactly, yeah.
Fucking hell.
But there's drama before the gig goes off though, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Harvey turns up.
That's right.
Parks his car illegally.
Well, there's a lovely bit where they're coming up in their cab.
Yes.
And he just goes, I'm just going to park here.
Yeah, I don't care,
pretty
mate.
blasé about it.
Yeah, I'm Brian Harvey.
Brian, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm Brian Harvey, yeah.
I was going to mess with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a payoff with that.
Yeah.
So the whole reunion has left John confused.
Yes.
I keep doing quotation marks there.
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't really work. Whilst ironing his jeans for the nightclub appearance, he remarks that there could have been a new album and a tour on the cards.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there could have been.
There could have been.
Yeah. What's confusing you here?
Maybe a couple of things have gone wrong here. Like, you didn't turn up on time for the fucking meeting.
Yeah, actually, that was on the cards,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Oh, yeah. You blow that one by being twats.
Yeah.
So, anyway, he says Tony, who is now angrily playing billiards on his own.
You say angry, but I think he's learned to channel this anger now into either feeding koi carp
into
or
punching small pop star plumbers.
Yeah.
In the face.
And then whacking some balls around the table.
Yeah. There he is, angrily playing billiards in his
snooker,
in his games room.
He's snooker by himself.
Yeah, well,
which is not. I mean, it's not really a fun game by yourself, really.
No,
is it?
But this is the moment where you just go, oh God, Tony is the only one of these blokes that has any kind of sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
And he says quite reasonably to the camera, he says, doing these little gigs for a night, I mean, fine, they'll give you a couple of £100, but they do strip you of all your credibility.
Yeah.
And I think that is so horribly true. And you get to see these dicks wandering out, about to sing someone else's song.
Yeah. Effectively, you're right. It was a karaoke session with three members of E17.
The three members, the ones that didn't write the songs.
Yeah. The ones that probably you didn't want to see.
Well, is this because Brian's going, stick with me, lads?
Oh, yeah. I've got some good R&B that my friend wrote for me. It's going to be shit up, mate. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I might even let you sing on one of the songs.
Why are the other two? I mean, I don't know why they don't go, but we could have... When I was ironing my trousers earlier, I had a thought. Oh yeah, what was that? That we could have had a fucking album and a tour now.
Yeah. I can see why you got very frustrated with this TV show.
Yeah.
It was all on a plate and they didn't take it.
No, they didn't. I mean, how many millions of people have to try so hard?
I know.
They got given it and just went...
And let's not forget, these are the days where record sales were massive as well. I mean, really massive. You're not talking download crap these days, you know. They'd sell 1 million records or something like that, you know.
Who fucked up the band the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, was that Brian or was it Tony who made all the hits?
Yeah.
I'll probably listen to Brian again because he seems switched on. And he seems like he knows what's happening.
And this delusion that they could be as good as Take That and be as credible as Take... Don't get me wrong. I think Take That started off being very cheesy, but they moulded into something reasonably credible at some stage.
Yeah.
E17 never got out of that phase.
No.
They were never really... Well, you know, I mean, let's not forget the Christmas song they did when they're all in white.
Yeah.
With their white bomber jackets, their white everything, you know. Oh, Christ's sake, man.
Well, they did that video twice, because, they did a slightly lavish video the first time round, where they're all wearing sort of leather trousers.
Oh, nice.
And they're just doing these weird dance moves that make them look like they've got frogs' legs.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, they didn't like that.
No.
So they did another one where it was just Tony playing the piano, i.e. the one who can play some instruments.
Yeah.
And the rest of them standing around singing. So there you go. Anyway, arriving at the nightclub, E17, now conspicuously without Tony, sit on a stage where in a few hours' time they will unapologetically mime to his songs that he wrote without him.
You say stage, but that's kind of more of a sectioned off area of the dance floor.
It was a raised area.
Yeah,
all right.
Area, yeah.
And they're all sitting there with their fags on again.
Yeah.
Class. Brian nips outside for another fag and discovers that his car has a ticket on it.
Rightly so as well.
That's a sweet moment.
It was parked in a very tight alley.
Yeah.
Not for the first time, probably.
Where's the yellow lines?
Yeah. Where's the signs? I can't see any signs.
Yeah. Oh shit, there's one.
Edit that out.
Fucking council tax.
Yeah, what's that for?
Moving it on.
Yeah. What's that for? Nothing, mate, nothing.
Well, I think the nice part there is that even though he's basically pissed off because that 66 quid he's going to have to pay on his car has really eaten into his profit margin of the £200 he's going to get paid for that gig.
Exactly. And the amount of petrol it's probably cost him anyway. The other two got a taxi down.
That's all.
They're probably not made any money.
How much are we getting? Well, actually, we owe them money now.
Well, thank you for listening again.
Thank you, lovely listeners.
We would like more listeners, please.
Yeah, go and tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends.
If you would like to get in touch with us, perhaps extend a little bit of festive cheer. Shit, I may have copied this from the Christmas one. If you would like to get in touch with us, and, a little bit of festive cheer is always nice in March. And if you want to recommend some shite for us to do in a future episode, you can find us on Facebooks.
Yes.
Or you can Twitter us at hello_shite.
Yes.
Or you can email us at hello@helloshite.com.
Wicked.
But please, dear listener, and I do stress this, please only pick rubbish that's on YouTube, as we want to stick it onto our website.
Absolutely. It's a simple rule.
It is that simple.
Yeah, don't get too angry.
Also, if you really like Pacific Heat, fuck off.
Oh, we're sick of hearing that.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. Because it's not on YouTube, and I'm not paying money to go and see fucking Pacific Heat, which is apparently shite anyway.
Actually, I've got some very bad news for you.
Oh, what's that, Mark?
Well, I was here on time. You're an hour late, mate.
Yeah.
And it ain't on.
Oh, okay.
It's not all right.
But
I'm going to have to take this...
Oh, God. Fucking council tax.
All right.